It's a Weird Rap Podcast bonus episode. This is a bonus episode because the sound quality is so terrible. Unfortunately, the recording with Z-Man did not come out very well. I did my very best to denoise it and EQ it to make it as listenable as I possibly could. I think you will still be able to hear what we're saying and hopefully enjoy our conversation. I thought it was pretty interesting. I know Z-Man originally as Gingerbread Man, a strange project. We'll talk about it in the interview. Z-Man also, he does a lot of interesting things besides that, which we'll get into in the talk. I also want to apologize for not having episodes recently. I've been very busy. I've been doing my best to just stay afloat with all of my responsibilities, as well as, to be honest, having a lot of fun during the summertime. I've been socializing more than usual and camping, and I feel guilty for not doing the podcast at least once a month, as I promised my Patreons. At least I owe you one bonus episode a month, and I will pay you back for the missing month now, I believe it is, that I haven't given you a bonus episode. So here's one of them. I got another interview recorded and edited and almost ready to go with Mrs. Paintbrush of Grand Buffet, and I got another thing recorded too that I think will be a good bonus episode from this past weekend. And there's a lot of music I'm excited to share with you that I've come across in the last months. Right now I'm listening to the recent album by Ice Cold Bishop called Generational Curse, and I think it's pretty amazing. If you like, like Kendrick Lamar or Schoolboy Q, I feel like this is like if Kendrick and Schoolboy were one person. It's like brutal street stuff with consciousness about it that I think is really awesome and vital and important. And sonically speaking, I think it's just really fun to listen to. So I highly recommend that one. And now is the interview with Z-Man.
We're here. And is this the Fillmore District or no?
I mean, we're on Broderick right now. We're, close to the Fillmore. I mean, it's not far.
Yeah, your current residence. Z-Man.
Hey.
A.K.A. the Ferret.
A.K.A. Z-Maney Z-Dazzle. That's really what it is. But, hey, it's all good. It's your show. I mean, your show, your macadamia nuts. It's all good.
Yeah, we're eating some vegan snacks. We're going to get into the vegan thing later. But I was first introduced to Z-Man through his side project called Gingerbread Man, which was, this was in like 2003, I heard it. When did it come out? When did you make that?
2003? Which one?
The first one.
Oh, Candy House.
Yeah.
Oh! Yeah, me and GB, we wrote that, I want to say 1998.
Yeah.
It came out probably in 98 or 99.
Yeah, how would you describe this project?
Very animated. It was all done on 4-track, so that made the sound the way it sounded. And it was, I don't know, it was a crazy experience, man. Like, making that, and it sounds like, it just sounds crazy as fuck.
It's very lo-fi, yeah.
Very lo-fi. That's one thing, but just the way the lyrics,
the structure is
the
all
beats,
over the
everything.
place.
Yeah, it's like, and this little fool is telling a story about this and that. It's always a story. And the thing is, it's a gingerbread man. So candy, cocaine, pussy, at the time, any little liquor store, like, you know, hypertension ass drink was the thing, and motherfucker is a teenager. So you know what I'm saying? So that's the thing. It's like, so it's a gingerbread man, like kind of ghetto, but really just, you know, he does say the N-word a lot, but I don't know if he's even black.
How did the idea strike you? Did it just come to you like a bolt of lightning, or do you remember?
I think it was slow burn.
Okay.
You know, first meeting the gingerbread man, you know what I'm saying? And like, I'll say this, I put him under my wing, and I felt like he needed a project. As crazy as it seemed, even that time, it was like, man, this is a little risque, but it was new, it was refreshing, and I don't think people were like, a lot of people were like definitely offended, and a lot of people were definitely like, huh? But a lot of people were excited. They were like, this is the best shit ever. I don't know, you know.
Did the voice come first, or what?
When did the voice come? The voice came later.
Okay.
The voice came later, the character came first, you know, as a drawing. You know what I'm saying?
I'll edit in some snippets, but can you do the voice real quick?
Sure, I can do a little bit of it. Let me clear this throat.
Yo, Gingerbread, can I ask the Gingerbread man a question?
Hey, man, what you talking about, man?
Hi,
What's up with you, nigga?
Hi, are you still,
What you mean, hi, nigga?
are you
What's up?
still like into cocaine? Like it's been
Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm into all that, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's my thing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Gingerbread man, he seems to be like very much, even on the second project.
He's a rebel, man.
Yeah.
He don't give a fuck.
It seemed like you honed his character on the second project to be more just like
Outrageous.
cocaine obsessed. Whereas in the first one he was like dabbling
Yeah.
in various things.
Yeah, the second one is like Halloween, poison candy.
Yeah.
Where he didn't give a fuck.
Oh no, wait, I'm thinking of powder music.
Oh, that's third.
That's the third one.
That's his third little something. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit. You've only got two of them. I think
That's alright.
I gotta go back and find.
That's a crazy one to find because it's definitely as you know, as the kids would say, the scary cats, it's cancel worthy. You know what I'm saying? But ooh wee. Yeah, it's poison candy, Halloween poison candy. Yeah. It's crazy. It's hella crazy.
So yeah, it reminded me a little bit of Eazy-E when I was listening to it, because he also had that like kind of cute high pitched voice.
That's one of it. Yeah, you know.
Evil, like,
yeah. That's one of the thing is, Gingerbread Man is a mixture of Eazy-E, a little bit of Nicotina, and just like, you know, all the cats that was just like really. I mean, he's into lyricism too. That's the funny thing. Like, you'll listen to these lyrics and be like, what the
and he disses other rappers.
He disses other rappers, and he doesn't care. You know what I'm saying? He says whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, that fool is definitely like, you know, a force reckoned to be with. You know, like he's just, you know,
Do you feel
so
like-
little. It's like, what the fuck? Huh? How you acting like this?
How tall is he? Like 6 inches?
He's short. He's little. You know what I mean?
So, yeah, was it? I imagine it might be like feel freeing to be able to write in that character as opposed to like yourself. Like Z-Man is more like yourself, right?
Right.
And then
Different
like,
experiences.
Gingerbread Man can kind of get away with saying stuff.
Yeah,
that's
I
not
mean,
necessarily you, or how much is it?
Yeah. That's a funny part because, well, I mean, in all reality, I mean, it's like I feel pretty free saying the things I say, and I think that's part of the reason I'm even like around. You know what I mean? Because I'm kind of like, I just say it, and I don't have to say it to be like shock value. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the truth, but the Gingerbread Man, it's like exaggerated, but it's also like very magnified. So it's a different, you know, it's a different character. So it's like, this motherfucker's gonna say this and that, and I might just be like, yo, I'm gonna say this when it's time to say it, but he's just gonna say it whenever he wants to say it. Like, it don't even matter if it's time to say it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like he got some things to say and get off his little fucking cookie chest. You know?
So yeah, would you say that the character evolved over time, and how so? If so,
I don't know if he's involved. Nah. I think the raps got better. I mean, I think his, you know, you start off and you're like, okay, and then you got it. But then as time went by, I think he's gotten to be a better storyteller. And, you know, he's a little more, like, he was a little scared and sloppy at first, just freestyling, you know, off the head. Now he's just more like, he's got it down. I think he's got it down, you know, and, you know, he's making his comeback. You know, he's been playing, you know, he's been quiet for a while, besides getting on a few of my joints, of course, but.
So the first one was 98. What was that album called?
His album?
Yeah.
Live from the Candy House.
Oh, okay. I thought that was maybe my dates right.
Powder Music's a little later.
Powder Music was 2012, according to your Bandcamp. And then, when was the other one?
Before that, there was you know, that's, I don't know. I would have to.
Somewhere before 2012.
Way before 2012.
Yeah.
Way before. It was early. It was like, I don't know. Maybe it was like, you know, 2007 or 8, something like that. 8 maybe. 6 or 8, 6 or 7.
Okay, another, like, I forget which one it was. I think it was Powder Music that had a couple of guest features that I was curious about. One called No Teeth. What's up with that guy?
No Teeth is like, you know, he's just.
Is that you?
He's just down and out. He's one of them characters. He's just like, he appeared on the second 99th Dimension album.
Okay.
So he was one of the bass heads that was on the second side of our tape.
Oh, okay.
And he was down and out. He still kind of fucking is down and out, but it's like he's just, you know, he's an addict, and but he can rap. He got a few teeth in his mouth, but fools call him No Teeth as if he doesn't have any remaining.
I like that guy. I want to hear some more No Teeth.
Yeah. He ain't did no solo. I mean, he's you know, he's just kind of just there. And you know, him and the Ginger have a funny relationship. It's like, it's kind of like, you know, where it's like the Gingerbread Man is obviously like a dealer of some sort as well, and No Teeth is not. He's just, you know, so it's like Ginger ain't got that much respect for him. But No Teeth will talk a little shit here and there, but you know, it's still like, and he, you know, and he holds his own with rapping. It's just from a perspective of, you know, you out there on the street trying to hustle up whatever it is just to get high. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So, you know, that's about it.
But another feature was called Toast, right? Who's that?
Yeah, Toast. There are these young gals, homegirls of mine, who were kind of doing something for a bit. They was getting a little buzz, and you know, my boy Kirby Dominant actually turned me on to them because he was producing them.
Okay, so they're a duo.
They were a duo, yeah. Two chicks.
They're not active anymore.
Not too much. No.
I thought it would be cool to hear a collab between Gingerbread Man and Unicron and Quasimodo. You ever consider any of that? Get along with those guys?
I don't think I don't get along with them. I'm not sure. I mean, yeah, it'd be tight. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be great and all, but I don't know when. You know, maybe if, you know, Quasimodo's still rapping. You know, the thing is, I'll tell you a funny story, man. Like, I remember I walked into Amoeba. This is before the 2000s. And a homie of mine was like, hey, man, you know, and already I stocked them with the Gingerbread Man CDs. I mean, the crazy thing is, this first CD, dude, it took a lot. Like, people was not messing with it, but there was a lot of people who like really believed in it. You know what I'm saying? They were like, nah, this is ill. TRC, this one distribution company, and this dude Buddha Bob, he was down for that shit. He was like, yo, I believe in this shit. I think it could do this and this and that, blah blah blah. And he really liked it. And he was like at a board meeting. And I remember my boy DJ Mars was there too or something. And they were all talking about this gingerbread man. And they were like, yo, they were voting it in. And some people were like, how? You know, and some people were like, I mean, Cutmaster Kirk was really feeling that shit too. You know what I'm saying, at the turn. So, yeah, man, I mean, it was like, it was tough. But then all of a sudden, people just couldn't deny it, and it was just too different. It was too crazy. Yeah. So anyway, I'm going into Amoeba, and my boy approached me like, man, this motherfucker bit your whole shit, man. This motherfucker did this and that, blah, 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 blah. I was like, huh? Who? What? What are you talking about? It's like, man, this Quasimodo motherfucker, this and that, man. I'm like, what? So here's two things. I could have took it as like, man, fuck that. Or I could have been like, you know what? It's not like... They're not the same character.
There's a whole lineage of high-pitched rap.
There's a whole lineage of just like people making characters and having them rap with them or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Sir Mix-a-Lot, put him with Biscuits.
Yeah, you know, yeah. And then you got like
other Miami guys.
Yeah, whatever. It's like, you know what I mean? But so I wasn't really that much offended by it. Maybe Gingerbread Man was, but I mean I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't tripping.
Yeah, maybe they should battle. Maybe Quaz and Gingerbread Man need a battle track.
That'd be funny, huh?
Okay,
that'd be dope to draw, actually.
Yeah.
And people fools would be like, whoa!
So I understand that Z-Man and Gingerbread Man have a project in the works. Is this true?
Yeah.
Talk about that. What's the relationship like between those two?
Well, here's the thing. For I don't know now, 20 years I've been talking about this album called 2 Cups of Spit. Right? And so one day it just dawned on me. I was like, I got an idea. I'm gonna make 2 Cups of Spit finally. I have the production, but me and Gingerbread Man are gonna be the duel on it. I'll have a song here or there solo. He'll have a couple solos, but we'll have most of it together. And it'll be 2 Cups of Spit, and that'll be like aerobic exercise, gymnastics, and lyricism. You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's not yin and yang or anything. It's just he's busting how he's gonna do it, like I'm doing it, how I'm gonna do it, but it'll just be fresh.
You're not battling each other.
Not necessarily. Maybe some tracks we might do some shit because it is 2 cups of spit.
Yeah.
So he's spitting his way, I'm gonna spit mine, and it's just something I was like, I've been talking about it so long. I'm like, I'm finally gonna do it, and it's one of those things I've been talking about. Like, you know, I was talking about animal slavery a long time, and I finally got to do that. So now I'm gonna do this shit, and it's like, okay, it's one of those things where, I mean, this is way overdue compared to anything else, but yes, I think it's gonna be.
Is it like actually being? How far away is it? You think?
It's pretty far, but I mean, idea-wise, it's coming together.
All right.
You know, and like I said, I have the production for it. It's just, I'm just, you know, just waiting for the time.
Yeah.
Got a couple things to knock out beforehand.
Sure. Okay, well, speaking of battling, I wanted to talk about how you're from the old school Bay Area battle scene. Or I don't know how much you battled back in those days.
No, I didn't really battle back then. I mean, I had to, you know, sometimes, I mean, I would battle, like, I would freestyle or come off the dome, and cats would just go back and forth, shit like that. But I've actually dabbled and dabbled in this new, well, it's not even that new anymore, but
that's
where,
what I want to talk
where
about.
cats get they write out a whole bunch of stuff and they insult each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like with no beat or whatever.
Completely different art form.
Yes.
Really. But yeah, talk about your experience with that.
I can, yeah. That was a crazy experience. I've been listening to these cats do it so long and looking at it on, you know, YouTube and excited about it and just like, what? Like, just amazed that fools would have these mini-atandras, you know, and then there's some amazing cats out there. And then I would look at all these leagues and shit and just kind of like, I'd be telling other fools about it, and some cats I was like rolling with was like, I don't know, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what? So the only cats that was really feeling it was the cats that were actually doing it. So I was just like more so talking to them, and we would talk about it and stuff like that. So I got an opportunity to actually get on my boy Dirtbag Dan's show down in San Jose or whatever, and we just like talked about it a bit. And he was like, "Yo, you want to get on?" And I was like, "Man, I would love to do 10 battles." This is what I said. Only I've done 2, but I was like, I would like to do 10 of them and just kind of like kick back, because for one, I felt like I could do it. And people were kind of like gassing me up, you know what I mean? Going, "Oh, you'd be perfect for it because you could, you know, you talk shit and blah blah blah, this and that." And I was like, "Yeah, man, I think it'd be a dope experience." But here's the thing. So I was offered I did 2 battles. So I did one, and it was like a battle royal kind of thing. And I wrote some stuff, but I didn't have a lot of time preparing, let's say. And I kind of just went in it like I should have maybe, there was things I should have did, and then there's things I'm like, wish I did, if that makes any sense. So, that experience was crazy because, okay, so here we are. The lights are on, like I get to the spot, I'm juiced. I'm kind of like trying to remember one of my verses. It's the first one, you know, because I wrote the third one and the second one. I wrote the third one first, then the second one, and I was writing the first one, or whatever. For some reason, I did it like that. But anyway, I got to the spot and got in there. I was like, yeah, you know, I'm ready. But it's so crazy because everybody the lights, the cameras were on. And usually, I'm great at just being on the spot and doing my thing on stage, you know, and anywhere else. But this was like, I was like, yo,
Out of your element?
I was out of my element, I felt, and like a fish out of water. I just was like, everything in my head was just like, yo, what is this? And I was like, ah. So I forgot all of my first verse. I just freestyled it. It was, you know, and everybody's like, what? I mean, it was terrible. You know what I'm saying? And I know everybody's like, I know they was ready for that shit because I could see it in everybody's face. But I didn't give it to them. So it was like, yo, this is terrible. Then the second round, I came around and I'm like, you know, I kind of had it down. It was okay. My third one was the best round. Because I just let that off like it was not. And it's crazy because you got to write this and just be ready. You know what I mean? Like there's no, I didn't look at my phone to see notes or nothing and put it back. And you know what I'm saying? There was little tips that cats gave me later. But I was like, this is great. And also I felt like motherfuckers didn't really rip me that tough. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I mean, and I did it because I wanted to hear what people would say about me. I didn't care. Like, I know a lot of cats, professional rap cats, is like, nah, I wouldn't have did it, man, because I got too much to lose, and why would I, you know, do that, and blah, blah. I was like, so what, dude? I'm going to just do it. That experience was, I mean, it was terrifying, but it was also, like, cool, because I laughed at a lot of shit, you know, and it was just crazy. But I was like, man, I was just unprepared. The second battle, a little bit of the same, because the thing is, I kind of had to write these 2 battles while going away on tour. So I was touring in between. So when I got back, I just didn't have enough time to really do it. And it's not, you know, that's not really an excuse, but it's like, you gotta have like, I don't know, you just gotta have time to do that because, you know, because you gotta rehearse over it, memorize the shit. It's wild, man. Like, my second battle was one-on-one, and that was like, I mean, I talked about my first battle, and in my second battle, I talked about how the experience was for me, and then I went into killing the dude, you know what I'm saying? And in my second round, it was crazy because I went in, and something happened where I had to do my third round, which I didn't even know, and I was just freestyling. It was whack, you know what I'm saying? And the other dude didn't know his second, I guess, or you know what I'm saying, or something. Battle rapping is an experience, man. It's funny, it's cool, I think, still, you know what I'm saying? I would love to get back to it, but I think I would just need time, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to be like on point and on par, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, not like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, all in all, it was dope. I wouldn't change that You know, and I want to give a RIP to my boy Cadillac Ron, because he was like one of the cats I was battling in the battle royale, and shout out to everybody else.
Yeah. You said people like gave you some little tips later.
Just like preparing better, or just going over it and checking out your, even if you know it, write it on your phone or whatever, and then you can go in and kind of like, as somebody's going, you could just kind of pull your phone out, look over some stuff, and put your phone back and then get to it. So you know what I mean? And then this other crazy shit, but I'm like, that's all good. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, that was a tough one though. I'm gonna tell you, like, but crazy experience, but it was tough.
Yeah, you don't think you'll go back to it?
I would like to. I mean, probably not now. I just gotta, the thing is, man, I gotta give these cats something for them to be like, oh snap, Uzi is back and he's doing this and this and that, and
you gotta go do your research on the rappers they're battling.
Yeah, you do that. Yeah, you do a little bit of that. Yep. And I mean, some of it turned me off, but some of it I liked it, because these battle rappers are a little, they're full of themselves. You know what I'm saying? Lots, and they just are overconfident. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I'm good at doing songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want to battle with songs and just like rapping like that, I don't think too many battle rappers can do that. So it's like, yeah, I was out of my element on that, but I would think they would be out of their element definitely trying to write a song and battle, because that's all they do.
Yeah.
And I don't know how you get all that time to even do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and yet they're paid hella money to do it, depending on who they are and what they do, and that's dope. If I had way more time, I probably would have been like, oh no, maybe not this, maybe not that, or I would have did this and this. You know what I'm saying? But again, it was a dope ass experience.
I haven't watched too much of it, but I've been pretty impressed with that dude Daylight's performances.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty.
He's funny, bud.
Amazing.
He's
theatrical.
funny. Yeah.
Really.
And the shit he says, you're like, huh? How are you say what? It's a lot of work though. It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of, and I mean, I already think a lot of work writing a verse in a song is a lot, but I just kind of just do it.
Yeah.
I used to overthink it. At one point, and then before in the beginning, I didn't think about it at all. I just wrote it, and then there came a point where I knew more people were listening, I guess, and I kind of just started overthinking it. But now I'm just like, whatever, man. It's like, I gotta do what I gotta do.
All right. What is the definition of GURP?
GURP is like, you being on one, and being on one is like either.
Is it like a verb or a noun? Are you GURPed or?
Are you GURPed out like you're fucked up?
Yeah, right. Okay.
Oh, I'm fucked up.
Yeah.
So you're either drunk, high as hell.
Yeah.
I don't know what else there would be, high as hell or drunk. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you just squash that into one and say, oh, you all GURP right now. Like, and whoever can say, yep, I am, or nah, not yet. I'm getting there. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of what it is.
Yeah, it seems like you formed a whole like kind of, that's the label. That's your label, right? It's just
It's not.
your
Yeah,
own
it's not.
stuff.
It's not even. No, it's not mostly my own stuff. There's a
What is it? It's a collective.
It's a collective. Yeah. It's a bunch of cats, a bunch of artists who are down with that. GURP City.
But it's kind of the thing you say you started it?
I didn't start it though.
Okay.
No. I didn't even start. The word GURP been here a long time. It's like a Frisco Bay Area thing.
Okay.
So, who's kind of like, was always saying, oh, I'm on GURP right now anyway, and this and that. And I think my homies who were living in Arizona, they knew about us because, we were down, and we got a lot of folks in Arizona. Shout out to them in AZ. And him and my boy Brandon B and another homie, Dev, they had did this song called GURP City, Fool Like Vegas, and it just made sense. And so after a while, fools started saying GURP City, and Chico is another connection, a big connection where that is GURP City, or it was Heavenly at the time. You know what I'm saying? And a homie out there, Matt Loomis, drew this dope ass logo where you see a city in a bottle, and it says GURP City. A lot of people thought I drew that. for a long time, I kind of kept telling people, nah, it's a dope ass logo, and I just want to get it out. So I've been like pushing. I've probably been the one who pushed the logo furthest of anyone, definitely. But
So
it was all for the cause.
Yeah, that and like a lot of your lyrics made me wonder, like, if you're willing to talk about it, like, what is your relationship with drugs and alcohol? Like, because you sometimes make yourself seem like you're always wasted, you know? You seem pretty sober right now.
I'm sober besides this little fucking caffeine. Yeah, I mean, I think with the songs is I happen to be on one in that song, so I'm kind of celebrating it, talking about it. And then there's times where I'm not, and then I'm kind of probably like I'm getting to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I gotta get that gurp, or I'm not gurped out yet, so I'm just kind of chilling and talking about whatever till I get there. Shit, man. There was a time I took a 6-year break from alcohol and a 2-year break from weed.
Yeah.
You know, and shit. So it's like, I kind of had to relax,
Sure.
and kind of, you know what I mean, like, and just get my bearings together. But there's albums that definitely, like, I'll give you, like, Dope or Dog Food is like pretty much my drug album.
Okay.
Where I'm just like, every other song, probably I'm talking about some kind of gurp and a wild ass story, and just a lot of like lyricism on like some crazy, like, just describing shit. And then I think Don't Forget to Brag was after, and it was like just more of like, I'm free, and I'm just kind of like, this is what's happening. You know what I mean? There's still some gurp involved. I don't know, like, I talk about a lot of shit, actually. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do talk about definitely some gurped out situations, but I kind of talk about a lot.
No, I know you're quite a well-rounded lyricist.
That's just kind of like the.
But yeah, it's because of the label. I think I might have painted you as more of an alcoholic drug addict than you really are.
Yeah, definitely. Well, a lot of people do. It's not, you ain't the only one. So it's like, I know when I was, I've hung out with people sometimes, and we ain't even got to no bottle yet, or no weed or shrooms or whatever it is we're doing. Bottles mostly. And fools like, man, what's going on, man? You ain't on one yet, or what's up, man? And then it's funny, like, I've been places where people will pull out hella cocaine and shit. I'm like, what's going on here? Like I don't care if you're doing it. I don't do coke. I've never even snorted cocaine. Never. I've definitely rubbed it on my gums, and I threw it in a drink. But you know what I'm saying? I'm never like, oh yeah, I'm about to do hella one. Nah. But people be like, nah, you gotta snort it, cause
it's gingerbread, man.
You know what I mean? Like, but they don't look at it like that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's like, but they've been like, oh, what? Hella surprise and shit. I mean, the strongest shit I've done is heroin. You know what I mean? And after that, it's peyote and DMT and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but other than that, nah. But gurp, yeah, man. I mean, it's the shit. But also, you want to pace yourself. I mean, we was young as fuck. And like, I talk about this. We were young and drinking 40s, and you know what I'm saying? Like, young teenagers, and just overdoing it, drinking Carlos Rossi and Cisco's, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and, Thunderbird sometime, and gin and juice and shit. Like, well, he was doing it tough. And then you get in your 20s, and you're like, I'm still kind of doing it tough. Your 30s, and you're like, I'm still kind of doing it tough, but here and there. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just ain't got shit to do. Because when we was younger, we didn't have like a whole bunch of shit to do. We wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
We still wrote raps. We still went to the studio, but we was on gurp. You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. It's like, I don't know. Gurp is like a subject, because a lot of people relate. If you do it right, you'd be like, oh, you get, you might make some people want to get on gurp too. Really, that's it. Like, it's funny though. It is funny, but. Then there's moments I'm just not on gurp, and people are like, what's up? I'm like, what's up? I'm trying to chill. That's what's up. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, well, speaking of treating your body right, let's get to the veganism thing.
That's always been a thing, too. So that's kind of why I would gurp out a little bit, but I always would be very, second nature. I'm hella vegan. start that until later, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, but it's been a 20-some year path I've been on. I mean, I dibbled and dabbled a little bit young, because I didn't really have the whole vegetarian thing down, you know what I mean? And there was just like, they tried to make some vegan, vegetarian food, and it was just,
Oh, it was so
it
bad.
was whack, you know what I'm saying? Some stuff was good, some was like whack, and then I just kind of got into it and didn't, and whatever. But, I don't know, man. I just felt like I gotta do this. I can't. I just, it didn't seem right to me. You know, animals and shit.
Would you say? Yeah. So it was more of an ethical choice than a health choice.
Yeah, it was, and then it became a health choice. You know, because I still was like, oh, I'm still gonna drink this wine. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
But
yeah, I've been right there with you, basically. So, but the new album, the latest album, right? What's it called?
Animal Slavery.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's amazing. I think like it's the only full vegan rap album I've ever heard of.
Yeah, I think people, you know, a lot of people have been saying that actually. The reviews definitely been great. I've been waiting on some hate, but it's been all like, it's been all positive. I think, and even from people who interviewed me who were like, you know, definitely carnivores and, you know, meat eaters, they really, what they enjoyed from it was my focus and the, like I didn't veer off and have a random song, you know what I mean? Like not talking about it, and the beats and the rap, the way I rapped on it, and very concise and consistent. You know what I mean? And I did that purposely, and I didn't preach on it. I wasn't preachy. I was more like teaching. Because it's like a lot of you know, it's just information. I'm like, this is what happens here. But the thing is, I will say too, is like I kept my energy. It wasn't like I switched up and got all like very conscious and was like stiff. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very, you know, it's still the same energy. It's just giving it to them raw and, you know, coming off dope. But I had to do it, man. I was like, I was threatening to do something like this a long time ago. But it just didn't seem, I don't know. And then I was listening to a lot of vegan rappers, and I was like, this is, I don't know, cringe and corny and kind of okay, but it wasn't like super dope or nothing. And I was just like, all right, I'm gonna write a song. And then I wrote a song, and then I wrote another one, and then I wrote another one, and I was like, okay, let me do an album.
Yeah, I think you did it really well. Like, because it could come off as cringy.
It could. I think that's what turned a lot of people off too. But then it turned a lot of people on, where they were like, "Man, I didn't see this coming." This is, you know, because people said a lot about it, like in terms of like it being, you know, really good or a masterpiece or like my best material and shit. People were saying, I was like, "Damn, that's crazy." But I'll take it because I know my heart was in it, you know what I mean? And the passion is there, you can hear it, you know what I mean? Like, and I wasn't on there trying to pander and lie to you and shit. It's like, I told you what happens to chickens, I told you what happens to cows and bees, and told you what happens to pigs, and, you know, and other animals as well, and how, you know, what we could do to maybe not eat so much of them, or like try to save them, you know what I mean? And, you know,
you got
what happens
all
to
the
you.
angles, and one that really spoke to me too is like the one about just wanting to find a nice vegan girl. Right?
Vegan Venus, yep. That was one of the first ones I wrote. Challenging album, man. Like, it was just because it was like a lot of research, but a lot of my own knowledge too, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just putting myself right there and not trying to sound too, I don't know. But then I got a groove, and I was like, oh, okay. Now it's like, I know how to rap about this shit all day, you know what I mean?
It kind of took me back to that, you know, that Boogie Down Production song, Beef.
Yep.
Remember?
Yeah, definitely.
That was like...
Yeah, it's like that, but, you know, times 5, you know what I'm saying? I had to, like, say a lot more. And that song is dope. I loved it back then. I loved when, on My Philosophy, when Karis-One was like breaking down, you know, the foods he didn't eat, the animals, and I was like, that's tight. But I was kind of like indulging back then, you know what I mean? Because it was what, 88, so I still was like eating meat.
Yeah.
I didn't stop until like 90 or 91. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But that was sick. But yeah, man, I just wanted to make something that was really, really different. You know what I'm saying? And the artwork. And it's crazy because I'm coming out with vinyl too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, double vinyl is coming out. Like, I knew it was gonna come this year. I didn't know from who. And then a homie from a little punk rock label approached me and shit, and I was like, yo, yeah, because he's blown. Fuck me, the name escapes me. But it'll be out there. Yeah. You can look it up. But you know, it's cool.
That's awesome. As a fellow vegan, I'm glad that came. And then
other stuff is coming up.
What's
besides that album?
What's in the future?
The future, as far as music or animal slavery or projects, I got, like I said, the 2 Cups of Spit. I have this thing I'm working on called Hella Healthy, which is kind of related to animal slavery.
Okay.
Same producer, Tahaj the verse. And I have Z-Man and the Masters of the Unigerbs. You know, because I gotta get back on my GURB. That's with me and G-Pack.
Is that a posse cut album?
It'll just be me, mostly. But it'll be my Unigerb friends, you know what I'm saying?
Your characters?
Yeah, well, not characters, but it'll be some rappers. Okay. Maybe some characters. A couple guest spots. Okay. Nothing too crazy. But not even a whole huge album, you know. Just a little something.
Alright.
So we're doing that, and then I got some other stuff.
You've been doing visual art a lot too, right?
Yeah, man. For my whole
beautiful
career.
stuff, actually. People should check it out on Instagram.
Yeah, check it out on our Instagram. It's Z-Mani Z-Dazzle. So you'll see all my little drawings and paintings on there. And I do commission work, and you know that's kind of what keeps me afloat and able to go to the studio.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Anything else that people need to know?
They need to know I'm here. Okay? If y'all want to know something, listen to the music. Check me out on Instagram. I got some shows coming up. I can't tell you all the dates, but you know, go look for me. I'm Z-Man, Z-Mani, Z-Dazzle, and I rap. I do some rapping. You know, I think people need to understand that. You know, and just know I didn't give up and fall off and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just still doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Life happens, which is crazy because, you know, you have your life, and then you have your hip-hop life, which I'm living every day, but sometimes one outdoes the other somehow in a way, you know what I'm saying? So life was trying to get the best of me, and I was like, oh, man, I gotta live this hip-hop life, though. But, you know, shit happens, and it's fine, and, you know, you just work through it. I think you need to know that, and, yeah, man, check out that Animal Slavery if you get a chance. That's out right now on all platforms until the vinyl comes out. And if you're a wax, you know, fiend, and you know what I'm saying, and you need that vinyl, please hit me up.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and you can check out my website. My website at zman.xyz.
Cool. I'll have it in the show notes as well.
Word up.
You want to ride somewhere? Where are you going?
Going back home. Sure.